This is music, and this is a killer update from outer space. Welcome to another update / haul video. In this video I'm going to show you a kind of a mid-sized haul I picked up from Soundstation, an amazing record store here in Copenhagen, and then a small haul I picked up from Vinylpladen, an amazing record store in Aarhus. So these are both Danish record stores. Let's just get down to business. Up first, Baron Cross's Atomic Arena. This is Christian metal. I have maybe a handful or two of Christian metal albums in my collection, and I know there will be some topics lyrically that I disagree with on those albums, but you know, that is life. Up next, Crown of Thorns by Briar, featuring the legendary song called Fart. So there you go, awesome artwork, kind of disturbing too, actually. Up next, Cozy Powell, Over the Top, the legendary drummer. Very bad photo editing here, I think. I don't think his head is that big, but whatever. You know, legendary drummer. I have two Cozy Powell albums that I really enjoy, so this one is going to be interesting too. Up next, maybe a slightly controversial album, Rock Ain't Dead by Vinylpladen. The first Vinylpladen album is just fantastic, straight up old school heavy metal hard rock. This one, I've heard some people trash talk it. I've heard other people say it's actually very good. So that's the extent to which it is controversial. But I decided, I saw it there and it was kind of cheap. The Cozy Powell one was criminally cheap, but this one was kind of cheap, so I decided to grab it. Now, as a lot of you know, I like my Japanese metal, so I obviously had to grab this one here, Disillusion by Loudness. maybe the greatest Loudness cover artwork of all time, I think. And right next to it, they had The Law of Devil's Land. So that is this one here. And this one is a Japanese release, but it didn't have the OB strip. The OB strips are fun to have, but obviously, you know, you can live without them. And the last record from Soundstation, Rage for Order by Queensrÿche. And check out the fashion choices here. That is amazing. A great, kind of progressive, but very accessible metal album. I originally said I probably wasn't going to pick up all the early Queensrÿche albums on vinyl, but I'll probably end up doing that anyways. But only up until and including Empire. Maybe if I see Promised Land cheap, I might grab that, but that's going to be the end of that train or whatever. So, moving on to the other haul, the one from Vinylpladen, the soundtrack from Killer Clowns from Outer Space. This is the original weird kind of synthy soundtrack, but I figured it would go well with the reimagined symphonic one, which I do have on CD, and it's also a fun kind of weird kind of horror sci-fi B-movie comedy. Speaking of kind of sci-fi, because Voivod do sometimes have like sci-fi themed albums. This is Dimension Hattress by Voivod, legendary progressive thrash metal band. And the last vinyl from this haul is going to be this one, Star Wars Stories music from The Mandalorian, Rogue One, and Solo. I have the Solo soundtrack on, I have that digitally. I would like to have it on a physical format at some point. I have Rogue One on vinyl, but I really like the music from The Mandalorian, and that's why I grabbed this one. I can see this one comes in a PVC outer sleeve, so I will replace that, or maybe I'll put it somewhere else, because it has this hype sticker on it and all that stuff. I will replace it somewhere else, but I will replace it on the record with one that is not damaging to the vinyl and all that stuff. And lastly, free t-shirt from Vinylpladen with their new logo, so that is great. So there you go, a kind of, I guess, a mid-sized haul overall. Some mostly hard rock and metal, but also some soundtracks. There you go. Thanks for watching.